Oh no. Oh no. There.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat, they, them.
And I'm Raven, she, her. And we are back for another double feature. I hope you're not sick of them yet, because this is video number 3 of 4. We're making 8 soaps for this collection. This is the Rainbow Riot collection. It is our Pride. I said collection so many times. Pride collection, which is going to be available at the end of May, the last Friday, which is the 30th, and available for June for Pride Month here in the US. Because things suck right now. So we're going to Pride extra hard. The only thing I can think to do in my small position as a little human living in the United States who has no real power is that I can be loud and proud and at least give you a little bit of joy throughout your day.
And a little bit of civil disobedience.
Maybe a little uncivil disobedience if necessary.
That's allowed.
Look.
I'm allowed?
In the current climate.
I'm allowed to be uncivil?
To certain people. So this is going to be my 2 soaps today. So off you go, civil disobedient wench. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Get out of here.
It burns the skin.
So my designs for today, well, we'll start with this one. This, I don't have a name for this yet. I have been calling it the Big Chonker, the Absolute Unit, but I don't have a proper name for the soap yet. I guess we'll see if it comes out. If you might notice from this design, it's a little ambitious. Let me show you what I mean. That embed in the center. Oh, do you see this? This is next. Look, it's so big. This is 33.45 ounces of soap dough in the biggest embed I think we have ever made. There's a better shot where it's cut properly. This is probably the biggest embed we have ever made. I can tell you it's going to be the biggest embed I will have ever made, and I will not be doing this again. This was a mistake. I should not have done this. This took hours. I'm dying. So
get this one, because it's never coming back.
Never coming back. And I'm slightly concerned now how the cut's going to go on this eventually. But that's a future Raven problem. Current Raven has had a new coffee and is ready to go. My fragrance for this particular soap. Let me know when you're done with your bull.
I'm done with my...
Excellent, thank you. So this is coming from Brambleberry, and it is Rustic Woods and Rum. Your scent notes are notes of hay, sandalwood, cinnamon, citrus, ginger, rum, birchwood, and tobacco. I did want to make sure that the entire collection was not bereft of more quote-unquote masculine scents, more woodsy, musky scents. I know we tend to do a lot of bright, summery, fruity scents. And it's good to mix it up every once in a while.
And boozy scents.
And boozy scents. But I wanted something a little bit darker, a little bit more that vibe of like, I'm gay and also you. You know, I needed that. So in testing said fragrance, this was my test batch. Looking really well. This has been sitting out for a few days. Here it is down here so you can see it a little bit better. Again, not using most of these colors in here. It looks like it did ash just a tiny bit, but let's get that cut down. Greg, of course, our small multi-bar cutter, which handles those Amazon purple molds really well.
Oh yeah, they take that mold real well.
Why you gotta do Greg like that?
And these can be horny too.
Poor Greg. So here is your bonus cut of the test batch. And there it is.
Ooh.
I'm having so much fun trying out techniques on the test batches. What do you think, huh? Looks neat.
That is a fun thing to use the test batches for.
It really is. Gives me an opportunity to play around with things without there being a whole lot of
risk.
Yeah.
We're not risking a whole loaf of soap going wrong because we used the wrong fragrance or it was just the idea.
Now, for my colorants, I'm breaking my base down into 2 pours. This is going to be a total of a half batch because that embed is so huge. It's going to take up a lot of space in the mold. And I'm going to pour the first one here to give it something to sit on. So I'm going to let that set up almost completely. And then I'll pour the second batch once the embed is actually in there. And those are both with black iron oxide. That's kaolin clay on the top that I need to mix in. And then there's going to be just a little bit of trial by fire on the top in the form of some little decorative frosting because I miss tiny, delicate, cute decorative frosting. And I really want to do something classy on this. If we're ready to get started, let's go into safety mode. Safety mode achieved, and we are ready to make some soap. Boom. And I'm just going to give this a quick blend. I've already added in my fragrance oil and the kaolin clay. I've got everything measured out precisely between these two batches, so that way they will be exactly the same. This is going to be a quick, easy one, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is our oil mixture, like usual, and I'm going to be adding in our lye water solution. Nice and simple. And let's blend it up. So we can do what?
Saponification!
Saponification. You know what I want to do sometimes? Because look at all these bubbles in there. You know how when Evan and Caitlin are doing resin, they put it in like a pressure pot and get all the bubbles out? I wonder sometimes if that is something we could do with soap without it bubbling over. Because it always looks like the resin's about to bubble over and then it doesn't. Okay, now that we've got our mold ready to go, let's do our first pour. Nice and simple. Boom. So because my embed is so dang heavy, 33.46 ounces. 32?
Yeah, you said 32.
32? Okay. Well, it's about 32 and a half ounces, which is like 2 pounds. Guys, that thing's heavy. I'm really concerned about it sinking to the bottom. I don't want it to do that. I want it to be in the middle. So we're going to let this first layer set up and we will come right back. Hang tight.
Your starting of that blender was perfect timing.
Oh, good. So this has been sitting for a few minutes. I think we are good to go ahead and put this extremely heavy embed in here. And I'm going to squish it. Squish it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Look how ridiculous this looks. Why is it so big? What have I done? Errors. Errors were made. I really hope this turns out. You know what I was having a think about last night, and it like super bummed me out? Yeah. Would you like to be bummed out right now? So we always talk about our soap dough recipe, right? And how it comes from Danny over at Starcross Soapery. Well, her Instagram account is deactivated and her website's gone now. And I'm wondering, like, how long before her YouTube channel goes away too? And the same thing with Artistic Antics. Her website's gone. Her channel is still up, but she's not making soap or videos anymore. It's been since I think January was the last time she posted, early January. And I don't know, man, it's just such a bummer.
All these soap makers you like are like
gone.
And
like, who's next? You know, especially in this current climate with tariffs and all this other stuff that's going on. It's like, how many other soap makers and small businesses are we going to lose? It just sucks, you know? It sucks a lot. But yeah, that's my bummed out thought for today. And just in case anyone decides to think this thought, no, I don't feel competitive with my fellow soap makers, and it absolutely sincerely bums me out to see them go. It makes me sad. You know? Very bummed out about it. But back to business. That's all we can do. Now that the base is all done, I think I might actually let it set for just like 5 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and mix up my oils for our frosting. It's a half batch, and I did put fragrance in it, so I suspect it's going to set up very quickly. And I don't want to run the risk of the top not being set up enough to handle the frosting. So we'll be right back again.
That was fast.
No kidding. I think maybe I finished blending this, 2 minutes ago?
If that.
If even that. So here's what we're working with today. This is my trial by fire frosting. Have a teeny tiny closed tip, and off we go. Okay, that's it. That's a lot of leftover frosting.
Mm-hmm.
I may have made an error in the volume of leftover frosting, but it is really starting to set up. What can I do with this?
Cabinet behind you, there's a... You can just, like, squirt it into the things.
Into what things?
Into the little
Oh,
molds.
the molds are in there. Oh. Oh. Well then. My piping tip's in there. Oh no. Oh no. There.
Your piping tip's not in there anymore.
No. No, I'm done. Wow. No. No. Mm-mm.
Over it.
Over it.
You know it'd be even better on the soap.
Hmm.
A little bit of holographic glitter.
No. No, that's not for this one. No, thank you. I'm good. Well, we are a quarter of the way there, I suppose, through this video. So this is your reminder to do an engagement. It is time for your sacrifice to the algorithm gods in our name. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do so down below. We do a monthly collection and we do Pride soaps year round and a bunch of other soaps year round. I think we're a lot of fun. I think we're funny. I think you'll have a good time here if you've made it this far. So make sure that you hang out. And your reward for doing so is the top of the soap. All right. She's simple, but we love her. So this is going to need to set up. Probably I might just do 24 hours because of how big that embed is and the fact that it's already been sitting for a couple days. So we'll see. But it is time to move on to the next design. So off we go. Mid-soap water break. You should drink something too. We'll do a proper water check later. But we're going to dive right into the next one. So we're still in safety mode. Here is my next design. Again, I don't have a name for it. But it's going to have tilted layers and it's going to be super pastel. Like cotton candy, soft, gentle, lovely pastel. I'm very excited. So my fragrance oil for this one.
It's so tiny.
Tiny itty bitty. It's going to be Pina Colada from Nature's Garden. The usage rate is really small. It's only about 2.9%. So that's why we have itty bitty little container. But your top notes are pineapple and coconut, middle notes of jasmine, and base notes of creamy vanilla. I am really excited for this fragrance. I have wanted to do a Pina Colada soap again and for a long time. It has been ages since we did one. And of course, we had to do a test batch. So here she is.
That looks like it accelerated on you.
It really didn't. Not a lot. There was just like the tiniest bit of acceleration. What I'm more concerned about is that it yellowed slightly. So I'm using like max levels of titanium dioxide on my main soap to help combat that. I got a lot of stuff on the table right now. But let's go ahead and cut down the test loaf for your bonus bars. I just made this last night. Why are you so thick? Ugh. You can't just ask somebody that. Why are you so thick? There you go. Not a whole lot going on here. Did want to do some traditional Pina Colada colors, because why not? And there's another one.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy, but still cute.
Yeah, not bad. Oh, it smells so good, though. I don't think I've ever talked about this on the channel, but I love Pina Colada. The taste, you know those like old Sobeys? The lizard one that was like Pina Colada flavored? Dangerous. I drank so many of those in college. Probably.
Whatever happened to Sobe?
I think they got bought out and then they got closed. I don't know.
Because I used to, whenever I'd go to the movie theaters, I would drink a combination of the Sobe Lean, the Sobe Energy, and then Sprite.
Sounds dangerous. I think Sobe was part of that time period where they were like marketing stuff as healthy that really wasn't healthy at all. So, as you may have noticed in my design, I've got some pastel colors. I'm going to be using I Dream of Purple, Sky Blue, Let Us Entertain You, Banana Split, Tequila Sunrise, and Flower Girl. Plus, I have added my titanium dioxide to my lye water and compensated for that weight in my calculations. And we are having the return of my mold props that I made and 3D printed myself. Again, if you're interested in the STLs for these, let me know. I'll probably put them on the website for free. If you're interested, might be useful for you. I don't really see the point in charging for them. I know already the access to 3D printers is limited, so I don't want to charge you for this. Cool. But let's go ahead and blend up our first layer. And then once I get going on pouring those, I'm just going to fast forward. It's going to be not that interesting otherwise.
But what are you going to do between the layers, Raven?
Fucking rest. I'm tired.
You know that wasn't what I was talking about. In between the layers. In your design.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break.
Design.
Oh, it's going to have mica. It's going to have gold mica in between the layers. I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. It's been a long week. As usual. Oils, lye, quantification. Let's do this.
It looks like you're pouring milk into the batter.
Danger milk.
Joke's on you. You're lactose intolerant. All milk is danger milk.
If you try hard enough, all milk is danger milk. Not that that seems to stop anybody who's lactose intolerant. You're all out of your minds.
I mean, most of us won't drink milk.
Oh, great. That's the one thing you won't drink.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not drinking the soap batter, so let's get going.
Glitter? Putting glitter?
Glitter.
Glitter? Glitter! Looks like you're using a bunch of pale pink from the good glitter. Glitter! 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 Glitter!
Look, I need to get more comfortable. It's late and I'm tired. So let's de-safety mode, huh? That's better. Whew. Okay. So this is officially the halfway point of the video. You've already done an engagement. You've already done your sacrifice. Let's look at the top of the soap. And there it is. I did use a little bit of 2 sizes of pale pink from the Good Glitter. You want to check them out. We no longer have an affiliate code, but we do still have what's kind of like an affiliate link. It's more of a referral than anything else. So if you want to check it out, that is a good place to go. As you know, we love the Good Glitter. So we're going to let this set up for about 48 hours, and we will come back tomorrow to cut this down. Well, we'll come back in a second to cut this down into bars. So if there's an ad available with YouTube, we'll let that run. We'll see you in a second. Bye-bye. I don't have the energy for none of this. Not nearly enough caffeine in my system for survival. Welcome back, and it is time to cut my soaps. Am I a pile of nerves? Yes. Is that normal? Yes.
Is your black two-tone? Yes.
No. No.
Get the other side.
You can barely see it. It's fine.
I see it clear as day.
Oh, it's fine. See, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're all fine, okay? There's no soap butt. It's just one color. You can't see my giant embed on any of the sides. And I am only mostly worried that my giant embed is going to be too tough for Vanya. So we'll see.
Do we have more guitar strings for Vanya?
Maybe? I don't know. That sounds like
A future Raven problem?
a problem that I, current Raven, am not as concerned about.
We'll see if Vanya breaks on this one. We got another one to cut, and then we'll have 2 more to cut at a later date.
I don't appreciate your logic. I'm going to cut this soap. Here we go. Oh. Oh, it's normal. Oh. Relief. It's okay. Oh. I have basically been working 18-hour days all week, and it's Friday. I might be a little delirious. Wish me luck.
Oh, and you have to deal with my bullshit.
Yeah, only like you knew that and you did it anyway.
Yep.
Okay. Deep breath. We ready?
We're ready.
Yes! I did it! I did it! Yes!
Wow. Cool.
Wow. Wow. Oh, it's exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy.
We have some pretty cool looking soaps for this collection.
Oh man, we are okay. The park. Right on out of it, my friends. It's looking great. All right, well let's do a vertical. There we go.
Holy dude.
Wow. I'm never ever doing this again.
Really cool. Never again.
Yeah, rad. Rad as hell, man. Look at that. Yeah. It doesn't look that two-toned on the inside. It looks pretty standard on the inside. You can see a slight line, but that's fine. Okay, well, this one, as you might imagine, is going to look the same on all the bars. Ah. I can't believe it worked.
Dude, it looks so cool too.
Never again. It's way too much work. That's the end one. It's trying its best.
Maybe the log should have been a little longer.
I mean, I did my best. It's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
It still looks awesome. God damn.
That was the scary one.
It was your scary one. My scary one's still coming up.
That one's also a little bit my scary one. Just a little bit.
It's because I'm using tools you made.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be fine.
I hope so. Well, one down. Here's the next one. There we are. Look at those pastels.
You know, the one side is pan.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Huh. There it is, looking very, very pale, which was precisely what we were after.
I'm amused at the one side being pastel pan.
Pastel pan.
Oh. That was soap idea for next year now.
Pastel pride soaps?
Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this one, so let's just go. Excellent. I'm gold. I have been gold.
That is a hazard of using a gold mica line.
It really is. Alrighty. Ooh. Wow, that's so precise. Oh, I really like it. Oh, I'm so happy both my soaps came out. Look at that. So pretty. Boy, the mold prop really helps with making sure that it's like exactly the same on each side. Let's do a vertical. There we are.
Nice.
Subtle pink on the top. All right, well, another one that is going to look exactly the same.
From bar to bar.
Very on brand for me for the entire loaf to be really precise. Yes. Oh, that's such a huge relief. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. Hell of a collection so far, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's my cue. Hold on. Because you're going to do a goddamn hydration reminder, and I'm going to be obnoxious.
You announced that like it's news. So that's one more in the bag. We have another double feature for you next week on launch day. So this, along with the rest of the other 6 bars of soap, are all going to be available on the last Friday of the month, which is next Friday, when we'll have the final video. Launch day will happen. All these are going to be available for you. I hope you're happy to check them out. If you want a little preview, because the shop opens at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the last video doesn't come out for another hour after that at 9, and you want to know what it's going to be, sign up for our newsletter. It's on our website. I only send out 1 newsletter a month. It is for launch day. And if you're interested in behind-the-scenes stuff, here is our vlog channel, where it's a lot of business and behind the scenes, and sometimes I catch a cat every once in a while. It's rare, though.
I intentionally do when Raven cannot catch me more often than not.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like while she's working or while she's sleeping.
Butthole.
How does it feel being done making your soaps for the collection?
I'm so done. I'm so exhausted.
Remember what we said the last time? You're like, yeah, let's do 8 soaps for a collection. I believe we said never again.
I'm also a liar on that layered soap. I said I was going to rest in between layers. I absolutely did not. I powered through that thing start to finish. There was no time in between layers. It was both amazing and terrible. But it is time for your hydration reminder. Please make sure that you drink some water. In fact, go get your water bottle. Go get your tea. I guess you can have your Monster if you want. But we're going to take a 5-second hydration break. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good job. You did it. Proud of you. The world sucks. Stay hydrated. All right. That's it for us today, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
End me.